Here we are, getting ready to go live with Shelly this morning from Form+Flow Yoga. We're very excited to have her on board and chat with her about her studio, about stuff that's coming up at the studio, what it's been like keeping a yoga studio open during the pandemic, all these questions we have, and there she is. All right.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Yay. Good morning. Where are you?
Morning. I'm actually in Miami,
Okay, I was gonna say that does not look like
not New
the
York.
studio. No, no. I was like, that's a fancy background you got there. What are you doing in Miami?
I'm just here to hang out for a couple of days. There's a Miami Heat game tonight. I haven't watched a basketball game in like 10 years.
Oh
So,
my goodness.
uh,
Well, thank you for joining us this morning.
thank you.
So normally, Shelly, you are not in Miami. You are in New York
Yes,
running your studio.
yes.
And tell us what it's been like. I'm so curious. How long have you been open? What's it like with all these changes? We want to know about your upcoming programs. So, yeah, let
Yeah.
us know.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. So Form+Flow is a yoga studio in Long Island City, New York. We opened about 6 months prior to COVID, so September 2019. We were doing really well. We did really well for the first 6 months. There was
Mm,
nothing like that in the neighborhood, and a lot of young people moving there, young professionals, and not a lot of retail services.
mm,
So we opened and was flooded with new students, really gained great momentum.
yeah.
And then like
Yeah.
sky fell on
Yeah.
our roof and we
Yeah.
had to close on March 16th. I still remember that day.
Mm,
Wasn't sure what was gonna happen, and we switched all the in-person classes to live stream.
mm,
I'm very fortunate, I would say personal, very fortunate to have really a great team of teachers that
mm.
stayed on with Form+Flow throughout the pandemic, with
Wow.
very limited, with a huge paycheck, a cut in their paycheck. And
Yeah.
they just stayed on. I mean, I'm even surprised. I'm like, wow, I don't know what drive. They were my motivation in a way.
Yeah.
Like Shelly, without this community, I don't even know what to do with myself. Like that was
Mm,
what we're looking forward to do during COVID, to teach online. Even sometimes when it's just 3 students,
yeah.
4 students, it didn't matter how many people join online. What
Mm,
really mattered to them, to me, and our yoga community is to keep it going,
yeah.
be very consistent and never miss a day, never miss a class.
Yeah.
I think our community really appreciated that we just kept going. I mean, I can't thank my teachers more enough. Without them,
Yeah.
we wouldn't have made it. We were teaching also Department of Health
Oh,
class
wow.
line. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after COVID, when we reopened, they
Mm.
actually became our contractor. So they were the first
Yeah.
sort of studio to teach the New York City Department of Health meditation and yoga on a weekly basis.
That's amazing. And, remember when we used to do the 7 o'clock? I don't know if that was just in New York. We used to do the applause for them at 7, all the healthcare workers
Oh
and
yes,
all. Remember that? And I think that was a
yes,
New York thing. And I mean,
yes.
it's great to applaud someone, but providing them with tools like meditation, all that. I mean, thank you to you for doing that because I mean, that
Yeah.
if anyone needs, I mean, we all need this, but if anyone ever really, especially now more than ever, it was these healthcare workers that just still every day give everything.
Yeah, thank you. So we're doing well, and we have lots of workshops and programs coming up in the schedule. We recently started Prenatal Yoga.
Oh, wow.
it's there are many pregnant women in Long Island City, in the area.
Right. Right.
So expensive that lots of young families
Mm-hmm.
to the area, and we're there to serve, whether it's meditation yoga or sound meditation. Cacao,
Yeah.
big part of our studio. Yeah.
And I remember when we chatted originally, one of the things you said to me was a word that, really struck with me was you said community. You were like, we're really a community studio. I think you said people hold weddings there or they have a lot of
Yeah.
like events there as well, which I loved that idea.
Yeah. When I first started the studio, I never owned a yoga studio before. Nothing was very clear to me. I had no business plan. Or the only one that was clear to me, I was not even a yoga teacher. I never even been to a training.
Oh, okay. So can I pause you right there? So then what did you do before? How did you start a yoga studio?
Yeah, I was in the corporate finance
Yeah.
for years and didn't know what to do with myself, so I quit. Went to London to study contemporary art. I did that for another year, and worked at Christie's, the auction house.
Yeah.
Still not what I was searching, what I imagined life. And then I was like, I'm just gonna open a yoga studio. My friends are like, are you crazy? Like, you don't even really do yoga. And I'm like,
Yeah.
but it feels right. It feels good. It's like
Yeah.
I was, I don't know, I was called to do it, as cliche
Yeah.
sounds. I was like, I was called to do it. And then it was only after I opened the studio, then I started going to trainings. I started to ask myself like, oh, what is yoga?
Right.
What does this thing create? But besides that, one thing that was really clear to me was it was always going to be a community. Art background, I grew up playing the piano. I was always going to invite artists and musicians in to use it as a platform. So we also, our studio is you can call it a gallery, to display their, because we have lots of blank wall spaces.
Yeah.
So we put up so far 3 art exhibitions for local art. And when students come in and do yoga, they're surrounded with beautiful art.
That's amazing.
And yes, as you mentioned earlier, it's a venue for weddings. We've had 2 weddings, and had probably 10 or more baby showers.
Wow.
Or we've had surprise proposals, lots of birthday celebrations.
Yeah.
We had a rabbi came in and did a baby naming ceremony. So
Yeah.
way for me to really gather the people together in the community and use the space as they like. So it's beautiful.
I love that. And that's so important, especially, as a business owner, as a small business owner, and as working in the health and wellness field, you need to have that strong conviction of like, I'm called to this, or this is what I have to do. Like, you can't imagine doing anything else. Like, I think everyone that works in this industry has that feeling. It's like, yeah, I could make a lot of money in corporate finance or doing all these other things, but that's not what draws people that are in this industry to it. It's this love that you have. And it's like, okay, I'll make,
Yeah.
like your teachers that stood by you. It's like, okay, pay us $1, and of course, if you had millions of dollars, you would give it to them. And when you do, you give it to them. And when you don't, they, everyone kind of came together for that. And that's the amazing thing about it. And we're still, does it feel like we're through this yet? Do you feel like, okay, things are back to normal, or
I tell you that our world is going on a wild ride right now. Like, just when I thought, yeah, things are getting better, Omicron came, right? There's a surge in Omicron.
right?
And we at the time we already stopped live stream. I had to resume live stream again. Like, not my choice of doing yoga. Like, we do yoga away from screens, and now this live stream is like, you need to look at the screen again.
Yeah.
Right now it's slowly getting back to normal again, but I don't have the 100% conviction to be like, oh, things are just gonna come now on. But I definitely self-doubted a couple of times. I honest, I asked myself, oh my gosh, can I keep doing this? And then there's another voice in my head. It'll be like, Shelly, that's so stupid. You would doubt your. Of course you can do it. So it's like it's two voices, 2 people always like talking to themselves in my head, and back and forth, like.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think all we can do, I
Mhm.
mean, I don't know what the situations, outer situation that we can't control, right? But
Yeah.
we are going to be very resilient and keep going, and the light is always there. So
Yeah. I love that. And I mean, you're lucky you only have two voices. Sometimes I have about 15. It's like, do it, don't do it. Yes. Oh, so I applaud you for only having two. But you know, and that's why we practice, and that's why we're always doing these things. And so now you've done your teacher trainings. Now that you have your studio, you've done okay.
now, now I'm qualified to sub for my teachers.
There you go. There you go. There you go. I know business plans. I'm still like, my business plan. That's probably a good idea, but everything changes so quickly. It's just like, just figure it out as we go along.
But I would say what also makes us, I would say, a very unique space is we host lots of ceremonies within um, with
Yeah.
Cacao, and we were recently on one of the TV channel, a local news channel,
Yeah.
um, where they came in and filmed like what is cacao ceremony, how
Yeah.
ceremony cacao is.
What is it for people that don't know?
So it is I'll call it a medicine, but it's a superfood
Mm.
form of cacao that's been extracted from the tree itself in
Mm.
Guatemala. So we export all our ceremonial cacao from Guatemala. We work
Mm.
with a indigenous farm owned by the Mayan people. It's called the 15 Women Collective Farm.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
and you can use it as a way, a ritual every morning when you drink, as a way to enhance your meditation and yoga.
Mm.
Depends on how strong you make the ceremony cacao drinks. You feel your heart beat a little bit faster than usual.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Sometimes in a circle, in a ceremonial circle,
Mm.
people become very vulnerable and emotional,
Mm.
and it's used as a way to open up their heart and share what's
Oh,
going on. So sometimes we have women's circle for
yeah.
now, and people come and share, especially during COVID. People were like
Yeah.
all struggling and going through the same thing, and the way to really bring people together. It's a beautiful superfood and medicine.
Mm.
Yeah,
And how often do you host these? Because they're pretty often, right?
yeah.
That you guys have them?
We have
Okay.
ceremony, yeah, once a month. Sound meditation is also about once a month. Uh,
Okay.
Along with all the other workshops, yoga immersion program. Uh,
Yeah. And I wanted to ask you about that because that's something you have coming up and you were really excited about. So tell us about the immersion program.
yeah, so it's a 50-hour practitioner program led by Michael Hewitt, who's the founder
Mhm.
of Vessel Academy. I
Mhm.
really call him a wizard, a shamanic wizard.
Mhm.
And the programs are comprised of 4 modules, where he will go through the foundation of Tantra, uh,
Mhm.
lineage of Buddhism philosophy. So
Mhm.
Tantra, as a way of spilling over, bring your spirituality not just on the mat where you feel, but
Mhm.
when you step outside the mat, how do you
Mhm.
learn on a yoga mat to bring it to your real life,
Mhm.
maintain that equanimity. Um,
Mhm.
is a form of tantra. In the West,
Right.
sort of sexualized is the
Mhm.
term, but traditional tantra is weaved actually with Buddhism philosophy.
Mhm.
We'll also talk about the subtle body activation through the veins,
Mhm.
the foundation of meditation, so sequencing meditation, and
Wow.
difference between yoga and asana. Many people get
Mhm.
up.
Yeah.
All very sort of like a full spectrum. This program is a full
Mhm.
spectrum, covers the physical, energetic, spiritual,
Mhm.
emotional areas of yoga. And
Right.
knowing that it's not just to look perfect in certain pose on Instagram,
Yeah.
so much more than that, so much.
Yeah.
And that's what we're here to do. And through this program to really to bring that philosophy, yoga philosophy, to more people. Yeah.
Is it good? Is this program, would you recommend it for someone that's brand new to yoga or is it for someone that's sort of has a little bit of experience and they want to dive deeper into everything?
Yes, it's for somebody with a little bit of experience
Okay.
and dive deeper. You don't have to be a yoga teacher. It's not a yoga
Right.
teacher training. It's an immersive practitioner program. So
Mm.
you certainly don't have to be a yoga expert or anything.
Right.
Have some basic experience with yoga would be great.
And you said you don't like enjoy streaming as much. Can people take it online as well, or is it in person
Yes,
only?
yes.
Okay.
Like, yeah, we
Okay.
definitely encourage people to come in person.
Yeah.
Come visit the studio. It's a beautiful space. It's very airy with lots of sunlight. It's just like where I am now.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, it's flooded with sunlight and with really good energy, and we have
Yeah.
beautiful plants in the studio too. So I always encourage people to come in person. Yeah.
I love that. And you have did you say you have a shop, or did I make that up? You have a little shop in here?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we have a little session for
Okay.
our own Form and Flow branded products. So
Okay. Yeah.
we make these beautiful yoga mats. They're
Oh,
anti-slippery. They're
yeah.
wide, so you feel like you have more space to dance
Mhm.
around to move
Right.
your yoga mat. Oh, this is sorry. It's just somebody naturally coming. It's somebody doing a work. Like I was like, who is that? Like scared me.
They're like, hi.
So we have
You-
our own Form and Flow branded ceremonial cacao. So that's two of our main products in the.
Okay.
Hi.
Well, thank you, Shelley. I'll let you go because it sounds like you have a construction happening behind you, but it was so great to meet you. And thank you for supporting the magazine. So Shelley and her studio are a partner of Yoga Plus magazine, and we are a small business just like she is. And we only exist because, business owners like her support us. So we support them. She supports us. It's this beautiful community. I love that word, that we're building with each other.
Yeah, thank you.
So check out her immersion program. I'll post this chat we're having on the Instagram account as well, and check out her partner page on our website. So I'll also post this conversation on your partner page on our partner website. And yeah, we look forward to, checking out your space, your beautiful airy space, because in Manhattan, where I am right now, the studios are beautiful, but they're very small and very dark usually.
We have floor to ceiling windows.
Oh my goodness.
Of the reason why people come and get married, even get married in the space.
Yeah,
There's
I can see that.
Community center.
I love it. Thank you so much, Shelley, and I look forward to partnering with you in the future as well.
Yes, likewise.
Enjoy your trip. Bye.
Bye.